Hello and welcome. As people are coming on to the room, I want to welcome you. I'm Janette Freeman. So glad to be here. And go ahead when you get on and send a little chat. I want to make sure you can hear me. And it's a good way just to say hello. And I'd love to hear from you. So get used to this little chat box over on your right and send a chat. And give me a thumbs up that you can, or chat it, that you can hear me. Okay. All right. Very good. All right, well, we're going to get started, and I'm excited about the topic that we're going to discuss today. So welcome to Soul Soup. I'm going to dish up a little bit of food for your soul on this journey of spiritual awakening and empowered living. I'm Dr. Janette Freeman, and I have I specialize in tools and processes and activations for you on your spiritual journey to help you align with your own self, your own divine self, and be able to consciously be co-creating more empowered, joyful, happy, prosperous lives in accordance with your own divine I am presence. So welcome. Today's program is today we're focusing on inner happiness and total fulfillment. And I'm going to really zero in on this idea of fulfillment and being fulfilled. And so stick around through the program. And at the end of the program, I'm going to be sharing with you a program that can help you stay on that line, in your line of happiness. So that'll be great. But anyway, what we want to do is begin now to take back all our own power, all our own responsibility for experiencing fulfillment and happiness. And we want to relieve everyone else of the responsibility of giving it to you. So researchers talk about happiness, all right? So that happiness, as it's known, that we're happy. Researchers think of happiness as having that we have satisfaction and meaning in our life. That's innate. That's important for us. It's the propensity to feel positive emotions. And it's the capacity to recover from negative emotions quickly. Happiness entails and includes a sense of purpose. It's not about having privilege or a lot of money. It's not about constant pleasure and stimulation. It's much broader. It's our ability to connect to others, to make connections with others, and to have meaningful relationships, community. And all through the different research, it really taps into this idea of meaning. And in my work with people, that's one of the things that comes up the most. People are working for a living and doing this, but there's this deeper sense of fulfillment that is desired. Now, on this, and this especially is an indicator on the spiritual journey, because on the spiritual awakening journey, what happens is we start waking up to our soul, to our connection with life, our connection with God, our connection with spirit. We start waking up to realize we're not just this. And then a lot of times the outer world can feel and seem meaningless. And that's because that which we have attached our meaning to, and that's what we have attached our happiness to, is no longer satisfying us in the way that we thought it was. So on this journey, we learn to connect to our own presence. We learn new skills and practices in order to make the connection again and again to what is real, to who we really are, and to be able to tap in to our own fulfillment. So I like to think of the word fulfillment really means filled full, right? When we're filled full, we're not looking for something. When you are filled full after a magnificent dinner, you're not looking for more food. You're full. And when we learn to find our primary source of fulfillment from the only place that can truly give it to us, we begin to experience that feeling, experience of being filled up. We're at peace. We're happy. We've tapped and gone to the place, the only place that happiness really, really dwells, and where fulfillment is. Now we know, it seems silly, it's like just go inside and get it. We know that life is wonderful, and we want to create a life that has fulfilling activities. We want to be in work where we make a difference, where we're contributing. We want to be able to have fulfilling relationships where we experience in relationship with others our own sense of filled upness, right? This tricky place is not letting ourselves be attached or holding other people, places, and things responsible for making sure we're filled up, but finding our own center and a consistent enough basis that it becomes more of a home. And out of that inner awareness, manifesting the kind of jobs, relationships, life experience that is a mirror and a reflection of the inner consciousness of fulfillment. Now, I want to break this down because I think it's really, really important. So let me share an example. So at one point I was working with a client. I'm going to call her Kathy. That's not her real name. And it's a while back. And so this was one of the big things that Kathy wanted to work on, was she really wanted to have more fulfillment and sense of purpose in her work, because she was just going to work and it wasn't fulfilling to her. And so if we want fulfilling work or fulfilling relationship or something in the outer world, we have to learn that when we can experience it in the inner, we can manifest it in the outer. So one could, and she wanted to, she's looking for work and looking for this, but my work with her, I says, let's find your inner fulfillment. Let's, work with your own divine presence. Let's work with you so that your consciousness is at peace, that your consciousness is, you are connected to your true soul. When we're in alignment with our soul and with our higher self's purpose, internally, we manifest external reflections that reflect that. Now, this is not a teaching for the weak at heart. Metaphysics and this type of a teaching that calls us to work on our inner life in order to have a change in our outer experience is for the master. And you're a master. We're all masters in training. And as we really keep not being hypnotized by it's that outer experience is cause to our creation. No, it is not cause to our creation. It is a fact of our creation. So our desire for fulfilling work and our desire for fulfilling relationships and our desire for fulfilling family life And contribution is our innate soul's desire for fulfillment in connection with its true source. All right, now let's bring it back to how. Okay, so how? So, okay, imagine this. Do you have a voice inside your mind that just keeps talking? Of course you do. We all do. And so I'm imagining it like this. I imagine it like this. And I was talking about this in my meditation class recently. So, I mean, and if you want to do this at home, you go right ahead. And there's this voice and it's constantly saying, look here, look there, go do that. Don't be doing that. Be afraid of that. Don't do that. That's scary. This person is your source. This person is your source. This is that. La, 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 la. Like this voice just goes on and on and on. And this voice is a constant. And the challenge is that we actually believe it and we listen to it. And where does this originate? Where is all this coming from? Well, you think of it as your conditioning. Is your conditioned mind, is your cultural belief system. Maybe it's your neighbor's thoughts that you're picking up on. It's just it's coming out of the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, the conditioned mind, the race mind. And it's like going like this. Okay. Now, until we wake up, this is the mind, this is the thought, and this is the this is the voice that's creating your reality. So if you have a good, healthy program that's saying you are so amazing, life is so supportive, everything that you need comes from you, give such fulfillment, and this is your early programming, God bless you. And you probably have manifested in your life just wonderful, fulfilling work and fulfilling relationships. But I want to speak to you, if this isn't the nature and the flavor of this voice. Okay? Now what? There's another voice. And it goes like this. When you're still enough to hear it. I am here. Like we take a breath and we listen. It's like, I am here. And when we do the process in a few minutes, we want to connect to this voice, because this voice is your higher self. It is your higher soul's voice. It's your deeper, intelligent voice. And not only that, it's not just yours. You are aligned with infinite mind, infinite intelligence, infinite source. And it comes through this voice. And the more you're able to connect with this strong, conscious, choosing voice, the more consciously you're able to create in alignment with universal mind, with the universe, with God, with spirit, consciously directing the law to create more fulfilling circumstances in the outer world. So this voice is going to create more of the same. And at some point, this work is learning to hear and align with this voice. So this voice has more authority in your life. It has more of a voice. It's the voice that's saying, do this, do that, leading you on a straighter path. When we're aligned with this voice, and I call it our line, our I am line, when we align with our inner line, our center, it is like turning on the river of fulfillment. That every time, and this is daily and throughout the day, whenever we turn into this little line, it's like turning the river on and filling us up so that we are fulfilled internally first. We are fulfilled internally first. In other words, we are filled full in our river of light We are filled full in our source. And from this place, we are creating fulfilling circumstances in our life. From this place, we have this voice. It can choose. I am fulfilled in all that I do. I am making a difference. Your energy makes a difference. Your life makes a difference. You are consciously creating more fulfilling circumstances in your life, and you're getting it. The circumstances are not bringing the fulfillment. The consciousness brings the fulfillment, which attracts fulfilling circumstances, which reinforces the inner fulfillment, which attracts more fulfilling circumstances, relationships, work, family, which enforces and substantiate this belief system. And there we begin to make a new habituated pattern where this voice begins to be louder and more of a home voice than this. And this voice is the one that you begin to listen to more, access and listen to more. So my work is to help you do that, to keep listening to this voice. And this one will be there. But this one is your home. Okay. So fulfillment. So we're going to work on our process today and go into our spiritual activation process, this internal meditation process, where I want to give everyone an opportunity to release the attachments and the responsibility, release other people or circumstances from the responsibility of bringing you your fulfillment and happiness. And we're going to do this program and do this process. And I'm also going to go ahead and put up the package that I'm going to that's available for you to take a look at. Just for the webinar viewers, this is amazing because it's like, how do you put this into play? How do you do this? It's not, it's not that easy all the time. So this is an ebook and a video teaching and several meditations to take you into your line and to access your inner happiness and be able to work with that. So let's go ahead and prepare now for our process. That's right. So wherever you are right now, just take a breath. The moment we take a present breath, that is, we bring all of our awareness into the present moment, it's like the little rambling voice can start to take a back seat, and this presence can come to the front. So we take a present breath, perhaps just focusing right at the tip of the nose and bringing in the breath. That's right. And bringing your awareness vertically breathing. So that's where we begin to find rhythm, imagining as we breathe that it goes up and down, breathing in and out, up and down. Imagining a beautiful river of light coming from above the top of the head, coming down in front of your spine and moving out the base of your body, spinal area, down into the earth, connecting at the center of the earth. That's right. Imagine this beautiful golden river of light. And imagine that river of light originating from the heart of Source. By whatever name you use, infinite mind, divine love, God, presence, spirit, Lord, from the heart of Source. Coming right through your own I am presence, your own individualized higher self. Your own I am. And coming in through your energetic body, inside, front of spine, and down to the earth. And imagine this beautiful river of light that has all intelligence and all love and all presence. And as you turn your attention to the breath, start to pull all of your, busy mind, all the ways that your attention is externally focused. Start to bring all those ways that we're externally focused, bring them in your line. That's right. In your line. Bring everything in your line. We can do that easily with the mantra, I am. I on the in-breath moving up, am on the out-breath moving down. I am. That's right. Moving into this circular breathing, this up and down. Being aware of this gorgeous, beautiful golden light, and you can imagine it coming over the top of your head and even like a waterfall of brilliant light coming down over the top of the head and then moving in this river of light, front of spine, and just with it, just pulling in and gathering and letting go and surrendering and letting everything just drain out of you that is no longer needed in this moment. That we can stay in this river of light, moving in this awareness right in our center line. And so we invite at the level of the higher self, that the higher self is working with each person that is listening to this right now, accessing at the level of the higher self and inviting the higher self to strengthen this line, to make its presence known as love and fulfillment and happiness. And we invite your own body intelligence, your own body to connect to its own higher intelligence and self, that part that governs your physical form, aligning with its own higher self as well. And we also invite your team, that angelic team that's yours, it's a part of you, inviting them right now, your own team, to connect to their higher self as well, and to be so grounded in their higher self and to release and let go of all attachments and responsibilities on every other person, place, thing, circumstance, or universe, to let go of all attachment and responsibility for happiness and fulfillment and bring all the responsibility for happiness and fulfillment right back into the connection with the higher self. Inviting the team to do it at the higher realms where it's cleaner and easier for them, and inviting each one's team connected now so strong to their own higher self to encircle each one to fortify and strengthen and assist you in connecting to your source. And tap into what that feels like. right now, that energy is being cleaned and cleared, and your team is all around you, and they are modeling for you what it looks like to be so connected to your divine source, that is the source of your love and your happiness and your abundance and everything. And from this place, we are consciously creating. So right now, in your own awareness, you may want to contemplate, has there been any situation, any person, any job, any family member that you've been looking to add to, and to actually make happen your fulfillment or happiness? And it's normal to have a lot of people involved in our happiness, of course. But what we want to release is the unhealthy attachment of relying upon something else as the source of happiness instead of bringing our filled self and manifesting greater, happier work, relationships, prosperity. So contemplate and see, whatever, trust your unconscious mind that any person, place, situation comes up, maybe that you're relying on for your happiness, or maybe that you're complaining because it's not happy and not fulfilling. So maybe a workplace or a relationship. Trusting whatever comes up, because we want to start to unravel our attachments. So inviting now the support and assistance and help of the higher self. We invite the higher self, and we invite the Ascended Master team as well, that's here for dissolving unhealthy attachments and helping to clear Saint Germain Violet Fire. We're inviting assistance and help to begin to clear unhealthy attachments to other person, place, or things that we have looked to for our happiness, or that we feel unsatisfied. Whatever it is, let your unconscious mind tell you, and just say, yes, I'm ready to release. I'm ready to let go. And then perhaps just using your imagination, imagine right out in front of you, maybe a big bowl. Imagine a great big golden bowl, like a great big golden chalice right out in front of you. And right now, with the deepest love and gratitude, we want, and a blessing, we want to place those people or those things or those the unhealthy part in the golden bowl. That's right. With the spirit of gratitude, the spirit of release, and we're releasing the unhealthy attachment that gets in the way of our own fulfillment, so that we can manifest cleaner, quicker. Just see that bowl, see it filled up, however it is right now, just see it filled up. And then we invite the higher self, our own higher self, and the Ascended Masters to dissolve this, but we invite the higher self of anyone that is involved. We invite the higher self of anyone else that is involved to work with them in their own ways, to give them what they need, and to bless them in perfect divine right ways in accordance with their own evolutionary process right now. And working with the team and their own higher self, the body and the higher self. And we just allow that to begin to dissolve. It doesn't necessarily mean these people go away. It just means any unhealthy attachments, so that healthy attachments can be there. Or if it no longer serves you, then it can be gone as well. That's right. And now watch now as this light comes right over the top of that bowl. Let's imagine that as a violet light, Saint Germain, the violet light coming right down over that bowl, dissolving energetically, cutting all those ties, all the unhealthy ties, cutting all of that right now. Woo! Right? Cutting all those unhealthy ties, and just letting that disappear, slide, and move back out into the light to be returned to the light from which it came. And then bringing all your awareness back to your breath, back to your internal line, back to your centered line right now. That's right. I am. I am. I am here. From this place of centeredness, we just simply affirm the truth from this place, from the higher self's truth, that there's one infinite life, one universal source, one divine love. Nothing can be separated from that. We are a part of that. We are waking up and knowing I am one with this presence. And I find absolute fulfillment in knowing my oneness with this life. And I am completely filled full with this presence. And I go to this presence daily because I know that it is the source. And from this choosing self, I absolutely know that my life manifests from this fulfilling place. I absolutely manifest fulfilling work situations, fulfilling relationships, fulfilling home situations, fulfilling prosperous, supportive lifestyle. Because it is this presence that creates, and I am one with it. And from the higher realms, I am totally in alignment with my filled, full self. And I know that the reflection of that filled, full self shows up in my outer world. Just affirming that and taking a deep breath. I am filled full. I am filled full, infinite mind operating through my fullness. Infinite mind, infinite law operating, attracting everything in the outer world that mirrors this fulfillment and inner happiness. How wonderful it is. So just moving right back, just feeling that line, making a mental note to remember how this feels, that you can come back to that again and again every time you say, I am. I am here. I am. Taking a deep breath, letting that just ruminate deep inside of you now. That's right. And just begin to bring your awareness back to the room, to wherever you are right now. That's right. So good. So happy that you took some time for yourself today to watch this webinar and to be here with me and others that are in the background and to tune in to this field of happiness and fulfillment. And I've got this in the chat box, the special webinar offer, to check that out. If you want some support and assistance in your finding your line and being in your line. Nothing happens with one time. Usually we are repatterning the internal neural system to be able to go there easier and easier. So check that out. You can go there. And I want to thank, that's also, this 3 Keys to Happiness and this whole program is also available in the member site for those of you that are our donors. I want to thank you as well. We've got several people that are donating to our nonprofit, the Oneness Center. And I'm going to put that up there as well. Some people just prefer to make donations to the Oneness Center and get more options too in the membership site. So thank you for that. I want to thank you for being on the webinar with us today. And please share the links with other people. And you're able to watch the replay and join with us weekly for some new message for you on this journey. Receiving a little food for your soul on the journey so that you may experience more of life from the higher self and learn how to be a conscious creator on this journey from the higher self instead of instead of this. So thank you so much for joining us. I want you to go out, have an amazing, wonderful day. I would love to hear from you, any feedback that you have or any questions that you have an interest in that I can do a show about. Love to hear back from you. So check out our happiness program if you haven't gotten that yet. It is an amazing deal, $99 value, but the webinar package is just $19.95, and you can listen to all of the programs over and over and over again. And I know I've been having great feedback from people who have gotten it and are really learning their I am line meditation and really connecting. There's a wonderful meditation in there about connecting to your divine happiness. And that's what we're talking about really all month, is this divine happiness and learning to connect to the divine source of happiness first. So be sure and check that out if you haven't gotten yours yet, because these are tools that can really help you. Also in the ebook and in one of the video teachings, I pull really from the I Am discourses. That's a very important teaching as well. And it talks really about learning to direct your mind in the direction of happiness because of this other mind. So that's an important teaching. Get the ebook. It's short, but I suggest you read it over and over and practice that. And then there's also the video that talks about it and the process to spiritually activate the process. So all these videos are there, and the meditation, open the heart meditation to really open up the heart, the I am line teaching, connect to your divine center, and then the I am so blessed. The I am so blessed is wonderful affirmations that you listen to. This is active when you're walking or doing things to really remember that I am so blessed and not be hypnotized by this voice. So many blessings to you all on your journey. I love this journey and I love sharing with you at any level. If anybody wants personal work, that's the best thing ever, is where I can work personally with you to work with your own particular blocks that are coming up for you and help you on your journey to move towards what your inner fulfillment says your higher self has for you, your inner intuition. Connect with that and manifest in your life, your relationship, fulfilling work, or whatever it is that is calling you, but you're in struggle about that. So if I can help you, contact me and we'll do a free call and just see if it's anything that would work. No obligation. So anyway, thank you. Have an amazing week, each and every one of you, and see you in the soup next week. Cheers.